Hello everybody, Low Floor Machines here, and today we're going to be taking a look at something that means very much to me. That is Bionicle. Oh, there is so much I gotta tell you, but I gotta give you some background story first. So Bionicle was a theme made by Lego that lasted from 2001 to 2010. That's what many fans consider Bionicle G1, which stands for First Generation or Generation 1. Similar to how Transformer fans call it Transformer G1, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, after a couple of years in 2015 happened. However, the reboot only lasted for 2 years, and we'll get into why that was. But from my love of the 2015 Bionicle, I also went back and, just found out about the story of the original Bionicle, which was extremely interesting. But of course, how can we start with Bionicle if we don't start with the toys? Now, I won't be going over every toy Bionicle had, or even everything there is to Bionicle. I'll just be giving what I know and what my experience were with Bionicle. And that starts with the 6 original Toa. That being Tahu, Kopaka, Onua, Liwa, Gali, and Pohatu. All the figures were practically the same, with just different masks or kanohi that gave them special powers. Now, the basic story of Bionicle was that 6 Toa landed on the island of Motunui and had to fight the evil Makuta to awaken the Great Spirit Motunui. Yes, the island is named after the Great Spirit Motunui. And because Makuta was Motunui's brother, that put him into a deep sleep, and now they have to wake him up to basically save the universe. The toys themselves weren't really that complicated. They were very simple and were basically the same of each other. If you had one of them, you basically had all of them. The unique one being Pohatu, with his torso piece being flipped. They also had this gear function where if you spun the gear, their arms would move. However, they haven't aged very well over time, as well a lot of the parts are broken just from, age. They are 20 years old. There was also a cool McDonald's promotion that released some of the Bionicle characters called, Tahunga, but then they changed it to Matoran. At the end of the first year of Bionicle, the Toa were able to, not really defeat Makuta, but stop him for the time being. This leads into 2002, the second year of Bionicle, where the Toa got upgraded from Toa Mata to Toa Nuva. They're just a more fancier version of the Toa. They were very similar to the original Toa from 2001, with the only difference really being that they had new silver armor pieces and that their masks were upgraded. However, the Toa Nuva had a new villain, that being the Borok, which were almost like Transformer zombie aliens that shot out their own specific mask that, when hooked onto a Toa, would basically possess them or control them. And these were awesome. They were literally like Transformers. They turned from a ball to a cool looking scary robot. And they also had cool play features as well. They could headbutt, and they could also launch out their mask brain thing, which, as I said before, could hook onto a Toa if you remove their mask and attach that. It would then possess them, basically. The Toa of this year also had a cool thing where their weapons could double up and turn into a second form, basically, a way to travel around. Like with Tahu, his swords became a lava surfboard, which was very cool. However, remember what I said at the beginning of the video? I didn't start with these Bionicles. I started with these Bionicles. Yeah, they're the same character. Yep. These were the 2015 Bionicle, and they also had the gear functions. And they also, similar to the Toa Nuva, could turn their weapons to a secondary vehicle mode form. Same thing with the original. This thing had a surfboard for lava. And they could shoot out their mask, which was neat, I guess. So here are all the Tahus I have in generation, from oldest to new. And then we come to 2016. These Toa, instead of having the cool features that the 2015 had, his swords can move up and down, and he also had waist gimmick instead of the arms, which was cool because now they had waist articulation, but it wasn't as fun as the moving arms. And even though Tahu was technically the head or face of Bionicle, my personal favorite was Kopaka. And man, does he look great. Unlike Tahu, Kopaka was the cold and calculating type, whereas Tahu was more of the hot-headed type. So it really made them argue a lot in some situations. However, even though their personalities were very unique in the original, in the reboot, they were more or less just one-trick ponies. And of course, with Lego, I had to make my own MOCs, as the story for the 2015 Bionicle were pretty plain, so I made up my own characters, that being Liha on the right and Iron Guy on the left. Iron Guy being the smart, intelligent one, but not very strong, while Liha was basically the Hulk. Strong, but not too smart. Well, except for Professor Hulk, as we all know. I also made another character called Agemon, which is my overpowered anime character. And he actually means a lot to me because some of his parts are from the first Bionicles I ever got, which were from my friend who gave them to me when he found out that I recently got into Bionicle back in 2015. And so when I got some new Bionicles after my first ones, I decided to mash them together and make this awesome looking character. So yeah, that's cool too. And that's basically my experience with Bionicle. I never really got into the later years of Bionicle Gen 1, as these characters will mean a lot to me. Of course, if you're not a Bionicle fan, you don't know what I mean, but basically after 2003, a lot of the other Bionicle years were on different characters instead of the original 6 that I told you about. Except for 2008, of course, but maybe that'll be another video to talk about. But this is my experience with Bionicle, and these are the characters that I grew up with, and I think it's a really special franchise. It's so unique and different from anything else. I don't think there'll ever be anything like Bionicle. There are still fans today who keep the franchise alive, even though Bionicle ended. There's no more new toys or story coming out for them by Lego officially, but maybe that's why I like Bionicle so much. It's like timeless, very timeless.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.